Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are all having a blessed week. Mine's going really good. We got some noise pollution this morning. My neighbor's got a roof going on, and the other neighbor's got carpeting putting in. So we got a little bit of noise out here today, so you have to bear with me. I wanted to do a video on why Satan hates humans so much. Imagine if you were in a car accident and the other driver was drunk, and you go to court and the judge awards you everything. I mean, the guy was drunk and the judge just awards you a massive amount of money, and this guy's got to pay for everything that he did. Well, in his mind, he didn't do anything wrong. There's nothing wrong with driving drunk. So therefore, instead of him blaming himself for what he did, he blames you because he feels that the judge gave you everything that was his that you have no right to. And that's why Satan hates you. He hates you out of envy. You have what he lost. You have a relationship with God, and now heaven is going to be your eternal home. He is in a highly agitated state. He hates anyone who's saved, anyone who has the potential for being saved, and anyone who is drawing closer to God. He absolutely hates them through envy. Well, what happened to Lucifer anyway? Well, let's take a look. Ezekiel 28:13-15 says, "Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God. Every precious stone was thy covering. The sardius, the topaz, the diamond, the beryl, the onyx, and the jasper, the sapphire and the emerald, the carbuncle, and the workmanship of thy tabrets and thy pipes were prepared in thee from the day that thou wast created. Thou art the anointed cherub that covers, and I have set thee so. Thou was upon the mountain of God. Thou walked up and down in the midst of the stones of fire. Thou wast perfect in thy ways from the day thou wast created, till iniquity was found in thee." So Satan was a musician, probably one of the best musicians that God ever created. And he was also one of the most beautiful, most intelligent angels that God ever created. And all of a sudden he looked within himself and he said, "I'm all that. I'm perfect. I'm better than every other angel." And then he thought, well, I should be getting worship from all the other angels and not God. That's what he had. The spark of pride was found in him, and that was his downfall. It goes on to say, "Now there were in the days the Son of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also with them. And the Lord said unto Satan, Where comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, From going to and fro in the earth, from walking up and down in it." That's Job 1:6-7. So Satan, through pride, wanted nothing more to do with God. He wanted to take his people, go their separate way, do their own thing. In other words, they wanted to determine what was good for them. And they didn't want God, and they didn't want any mention of sin or anything to affect them. They just wanted to do what they wanted to do. They wanted equality with God. And that was Satan's main motivation behind sweeping a third of the angels out of heaven. Is he told them, listen, we can have our own kingdom and do whatever we want. There are two types of people in this world: those that want to be with God and those that don't. Isaiah shed some light on Lucifer's pride in Isaiah 14. And this is the "I will." "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, thee who confuse the nations? For thou hast said in thy heart, I will ascend unto heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit on the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. And what he's saying in these 5 I wills is, I'm all that. All you other angels are going to bow to me, and none of us are going to bow to God. One day soon, Satan will not be a part of your life or mine. Someday soon, he will be gone. Until then, we are susceptible to demonic attack. The Bible says the thief comes not but to steal and to kill and to destroy. That is Satan's plan for your life. To kill you, to steal everything you have, and to totally destroy you. But Peter goes on to tell us, he says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walks about seeking whom he may devour. Satan walks around and he looks for anyone who's not on their game. Anyone who's not paying attention that he can attack. When something upsets you and the agitation just builds up inside of you and you can just feel yourself getting madder and madder, that's when you attack others. That is a demonic attack on yourself. They are enticing you to attack someone else. The anger can become so intense, that's when you go into self-destruct mode. When you're extremely upset, that's when you go into self-destruct mode. Self-destruct mode is when you go to work and somebody totally irritates you, your boss totally irritates you, so you say, I quit. In that moment, you just tell them off and you quit. Well, that might have felt good that moment, but you still got to pay the rent, you still got to buy food and gas. So that's self-destruct mode. Self-destruct mode is when you're mad at someone on the other end of the phone, and you finally get so mad you take your cell phone and you throw it into the TV. That's self-destruct mode. Self-destruct mode is when you say something to a friend that you don't really mean and you lose a friend. People, listen. Satan and the demonic host are out to destroy you. And they always use your anger against you. They try to put you in self-destruct mode. Anytime you are extremely upset and this comes into your mind, well, I'll show you. Well, you might show them, but it eventually comes back to harm you. You have to remember, always, always remember, Satan hates you. You have inherited what he lost. That hatred is beyond anything that you can ever imagine. And what they do is, they come at you in a demonic attack and they try to agitate you in a way that you go into self-destruct mode. Like getting mad at someone and throwing something and breaking something of yours because they made you mad, ramming some car because they made you mad, just all the different things you think about doing. Now listen, this is what I want to challenge you to do. I want to challenge you that any time you start to get angry and you start getting thoughts, I want, when you get a thought that says, well, I'm just going to, you know what I mean? When you're going to take it out on somebody else, think and say, that right there, that is a demonic attack trying to put me in self-destruct mode. And if you can recognize that, the minute you recognize it, you can calm down and you can say, I'm not going there. Anyway, I want you to remember that. Satan hates you, and he's going to try to get you to destroy yourself. Anyhow, I just want to give you something to think about. Heaven or hell, you choose. Just remember, once you take your last breath, it's a done deal.